I rise today to speak on this resolution in honor of these great men. Throughout the greater Rochester region and across the state, our hearts have been heavy. On January 20th, a New York Army National Guard medical evacuation helicopter crashed in a field while on a training mission. Killed in this accident were all 3 soldiers on board: Chief Warrant Officers Stephen Skoda and Daniel Prial, both of Rochester, and Christian Koch of Honeoye Falls. Officers Skoda, Prial, and Koch were members of an air ambulance company based out of Rochester. They trained to perform medical evacuations, and that night the crew was conducting night vision goggle proficiency training, a training that would further prepare them to save lives. But their heroism did not start that night. I'm honored to tell you all about these brave men from our community. U.S. Chief Warrant Officer 5 Stephen Skoda was a 35-year veteran of the U.S. Army and a 20-year veteran of the New York Army National Guard. He deployed to Afghanistan twice in the past decade and was an experienced helicopter pilot and instructor. As senior instructor pilot, an instrument flight instructor, and a maintenance test pilot, Officer Skoda had almost 5,000 flying hours. He worked as a full-time National Guard technician at the Army Aviation Support Facility at the Rochester International Airport, as well as serving as a member of the C Company of the 171st General Support Aviation Battalion. Officer Skoda was known for his love of classic cars and his ability to be a friend and mentor to all the soldiers in his unit, supporting their training and career progressions of hundreds of air crews throughout his career. U.S. Chief Warrant Officer 2 Daniel Prial was motivated by the attacks on 9/11 to protect our nation through military service. His hard work led him to the U.S. Military Academy at West Point and a career as a Black Hawk helicopter pilot. Chief Officer Prial served in the Army since 2012 after earning a commission at the United States Military Academy at West Point. He served as a medical evacuation platoon leader with the 82nd Airborne Division's 82nd Combat Aviation Brigade. He deployed to Afghanistan in 2014 and 2015 with the 82nd Airborne Division and served as an instructor pilot for students at Fort Rucker, Alabama, where the Army trains helicopter pilots. Officer Prial was extremely humble and family-oriented. According to soldiers in his unit, he had an ability to fit in quickly and to make an immediate impact. Finally, U.S. Chief Warrant Officer 4 Christian Koch followed in the footsteps of his grandfather and his older brother, joining the U.S. Army shortly after 9/11. He was a veteran of the war in Afghanistan, where he served in 2012 and 2013, and the war in Iraq in 2008 and 2009. Officer Koch was a 20-year veteran of the New York Army National Guard. He became a helicopter pilot in 2006, flying from the Army Aviation Support Facility at Rochester International Airport. His hard work and drive led him to become the senior instructor pilot for the unit. Officer Koch's fellow unit members remarked upon his strong work ethic and infectious personality, and he is described as a great soldier, leader, and father. The loss of these brave men, men who were described by their peers as kind, trustworthy, incredibly loving, and dedicated, is immeasurable. My heart aches for their families and our communities. The best way I can think to honor them is to ensure their families get the care and support they need during this difficult time, and to support the brave soldiers of the National Guard who serve our communities, our state, and our nation. May we never forget the sacrifices made by these officers. Thank you.